I was born in this little town, North Venezuela, and from the very beginning, from childhood, I was very interested in wildlife. My mother gave me a lot of books about animals, and I started learning up from the very beginning. I was deeply interested in wildlife, and I was lucky enough to get a job at a big zoo at Caracas City. I was working at the reptile house, El Terrario del Parque del Este, and I spent there 15 years working with snakes, with crocodiles. During that period of my life, I met this guy called Saul Gutierrez, and he was like a father to me. He was a biologist. He gave me the kickstart of this career that I have now. And those years at El Terrario were absolutely great. I had the opportunity to make internships in each zoo here in Venezuela and gained a lot of experience with wild animals. I was there for 15 years, which were some of the best time of my life. At some point, I decided that it was time for me to really dedicate myself to what I really wanted to do, which were documentary films about wildlife. So with all the pain in my heart, I left El Terrario, I left the zoo, and I went for it. I wanted to produce my own documentary series, so I made this pilot. My mother, my lovely mother, helped me a lot, and a lot of people also helped me a lot to fund this documentary. I went to 3 places. I went to Costa Rica, and there I met the Crocodile Men, this community of people who worked in the ecotourism with crocodiles. And there I saw the biggest crocodiles that exist here in Latin America. I had the opportunity to work in this controversial activity, which was feeding these crocodiles. I learned skills to hand feed these crocodiles, huge crocodiles. Then I went to the Argentinian Patagonia, and then I snorkeled with seals and with whales. And then I came back to Venezuela to shoot at El Cedral. And it was, the pilot was called Las Caimanas de Saúl. I invite everybody to watch it on YouTube. Las Caimanas de Saúl. It's a little amateur because it was low budget, but it gave me the opportunity to get a new job doing what I really wanted to do. If I'm not wrong, I was at Costa Rica by the time, and I received this call from Diego Bilbao, which is one of the producers in Rio Verde. He called me and he said, I remember he said, would you like to be our new host? And I said, hell yeah, I really wanted to do this. So I came back to Venezuela, and a new adventure of a lifetime began. I started working as a host in the most prestigious documentary producing company here in Venezuela. I remember our first episode was about the barn owl, and it was great. And because I have to say that many of my inspiration came from Steve Irwin, from Jeff Corwin, Mark O'Shea, that had these TV shows that I watched. In the year 2000 was the first time, and it occurred to me, I can do this. So I got my khakis, I start, and now with Rio Verde, I had the opportunity of really take this to the professional level. We had a great rush, a great adventure filming. We went to South Venezuela and we climbed up 50 meters into the forest canopy to a harpy eagle nest with Dr. Alexander Blanco, which is a world authority on harpy eagles. And we also had the opportunity of filming this huge, almost 5 meters long anaconda at the Venezuelan Llanos. I went with this scientific crew to study river dolphins, just to mention some of these great adventures. Along the way, I've met great people, passionate people who work hard. Just to mention a few, Dr. Alexander Blanco studies harpy eagle, Jurasi Briseño, who studies river dolphins and dolphins in general, Isabela Stahovich, which I think, I imagine sometimes that she was extracted from a Conan Doyle novel. So it has really been the time of my life working with Rio Verde, the greatest, the wildest adventure of my life. And I'm happy. I'm happy. When I look back in time, I understand that all the effort has worth. I also had the opportunity to go with the Venezuelan crocodile specialist group, and I had the chance of capturing a wild Orinoco crocodile with the scientists, with the crocodile experts, which is very important. And I did a lot of stuff, of great stuff. And now that I work in Rio Verde, I feel kind of complete. I hope this adventure keeps going. And I just want to invite each one of the people who's watching this to get along. Here in Venezuela, making these documentaries is very hard. It's a lot of trouble. Not only because Venezuela is in a political, social mess right now. Making wildlife documentaries is expensive. We actually went to an illegal mine, which is a very, very dangerous place. But we went there and we have footage. We showed the world this illegal mining, which is destroying our jungles, our forest. And it's complicated. So all these documentaries can be done thanks to the passion and thanks to the effort of great people like all those scientists that I just mentioned, and thanks to the people like Rio Verde team. Rio Verde are my friends. I just want to hug them every time because they're passionate and they put a lot of effort into bringing you this wild world of Venezuela. And I just want to invite you, each one of the people who's watching this, to get along with us, to enjoy our content, and to join the army, of conservation. And I'm not telling you to hand feed a crocodile or jump on the back of a crocodile or climb into an eagle's nest, but I'm telling you, at least take the time to learn what you can do for the environment, for the wildlife. As we say in Rio Verde, conocer es proteger. To know, to understand is to protect. And it's very important to have respect. It's very important to show respect for the wildlife, for the environment, and do what you can Act local, think global, if I may say. And I just want to get along, come on board to the journey. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I know you will give us your thumbs up when you watch our content. I am Jack Hoopia, and the adventure keeps going.